Hello and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here then hi! I have another 87 pence doll that I'm hacking the hair off because, well, I don't need the hair on this one, but I'll use it in something else. Don't know what, but it won't go to waste. I'm not destroying any part of the rest of the doll. The rest of the doll is needed, and I am going to pluck out every little bit of hair. And do you know what? It's so therapeutic. It's a bit of a struggle because I've got no nails, they're a bit rubbish. But yeah, just being able to pick, it was just so satisfying. And I'm such a weirdo. So yeah, I'm taking the hair out because I'm going to be putting something on its head. I'm going to put some foil over the top and to use that as a base and super glue it down because super glue, why not? And you can see that I've got polymer clay, and you see all these bits I'm pulling out. I'm not going to waste them either. They'd be great as a beard on something. I just need to put them in a bag, or even as tumbleweed. Ooh, tumbleweed. No, that's not a bad idea. Don't know what for, but yeah. So I'm going to be making some eyes, and they need to stick to this head. Now, it's Froggy Friday, so I'm assuming you all guess what I'm going to do. I'm going to make her into a sort of frog. Well, sort of, yeah. Taking a notice of the super glue brush, that is totally and utterly wrecked. I don't know how, but it's me, so it's bound to have happened. These would not stick right. They wouldn't go right. They were driving me nuts. So, yeah, I stuck myself to the doll. It's a wonder I've got any fingerprints left. So now I've decided I'm just going to put some foil on the head first. So little Miss Slaphead there is getting a foil treatment. And then I keep wanting to say bunny ears. They're not bunny ears. The eyes will fit on top. Now, they look ridiculous until I put the clay on. Now, this is where I'm making her have a belly, a pot belly, a froggy pot belly. I don't know why, but a frog to me needs to have a big belly. It's just so cute, and you just want to stroke that belly. I mean, they don't like you stroking the bellies, but it's cute. So I'm just layering this up so I can get it a bit more fuller. And the amount of times I drop that glue is unreal. It's no wonder that brush is ruined. So I want the arms out of the way. So I've just made her stick her arms behind her back. And it's quite good because it makes it stay up a bit better. So this, I think, is my third level of foil. But I want to make it so the bottom bit is more rounded than the top. Because right now this dolly is naked and it looks just weird. Naked and metally. But the clay, I'm going to make it look cute. Well, I think it looks cute. Yeah, I do think it's cute. So basically, this is a little girl dressed up in a froggy outfit. I don't know if you remember seeing my fairy that I did with another one of these dolls. That I painted, made its own hair and stuff. Well, you'll see it at the end of this anyway, because I put them together. And I'm just doing the same thing with this. So it's like, I think I'm going to do a little scene where these dolls are together, but I want to make more than just these two. I'm thinking of doing a ladybug at one point. Ladybird, ladybug, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I like the word ladybug. So yeah, I think I'm going to make a ladybug next time. Probably wanted to do a froggy in an outfit for ages. And obviously it's polymer clay, so it will not come off. Well, not unless you cut it off. And the arms and legs won't be movable afterwards either. So I had to pose them in the way I wanted them, just so that they'd be there permanent. And I'm off screen as usual, such a professional. And I thought I'd try sitting her down, and then I thought, no, I don't like that. I want to stood up. And then the arms, every time I moved the arms, they were taking the clay with them. So, like I said, I positioned them where I needed them to be. And I've put far too much on the bottom. So I'm just picking bits off to smush where I need it to be. And the costume is going to have a little flap at the back. You know, like a baby grow. So then you like unbutton it or unpressed it. Stud it. Jeebus, my teeth are not working. My brain is not functioning. And life goes on as usual. God. Now I'm sort of mushing it around, trying to make it a bit of a bum. Because I want it to look like a toddler. But to me, these are going to be like fairyland creatures. So like we've got the moth fairy. This is going to be the frog fairy. I don't know whether to actually add wings to it. But there's a video coming up on Tuesday where I do some wings. I did say do. And I use this as the model to hold them. So you'll have to let me know if you think I should keep them wings on, because they're only stuck on with glue dots. Or make some smaller ones, or leave it as is. And I saw what I'm doing on Tuesdays on a different video, and I need to remember who that was so I can put it in so they can see that someone's tried it and it's great. Well, I think it is. I mean, it's not perfect, but it kind of works, and there's also scope for more. But I'm making little trousers, well, just the sort of like the half size trousers, I don't know what that's called, and little cuffs on them, and I just roll a bit of polymer clay around, and you can see that it's starting to make shape. I mean, at the minute the bottoms of the trousers, they look like a bit Flintstone-y until we put the edges round the little snake of clay. And I will be making the top part join the rest of the outfit. So it's like, what's that word? An all-in-one thing. Jumpsuit? No. Oh God, my husband's got one who's a dragon. See, I can't wear things like that. I'd never be able to get to Lou in time. That's way too much information, but hey ho. So now I'm doing the little pouch bit. Well, I will be. It's I need to get the bum shape in first, and then make sure it's all nice and neat, but also looking a bit creased, so it's being worn, so it's not perfect. And there's leg number 2. And I love playing with this stuff. It's like being a kid again. I mean, you don't have to work out. It's just the fun of using stuff and seeing where you can go with it. See, I saw this. I think I actually saw a kid dressed up in one of these outfits. And then when I went to come find the image again, none. Couldn't find it. So I thought, well, it can't be that hard. Should be able to do it. This is the pouch bit. The bit that opens up, the flap. The flap. There we go. That opens up so they can change them. Or go for a wee or whatever. Although I do put a zip down the middle. So I'm not sure why I did both. But hey ho. This is the bit where I've got to make sure it's all nice and neat inside between the legs, because it's just going to be one piece, so it's one jumpsuit. I must keep saying jumpsuit because it's easier. And now I'm fixing the hoodie bit. Is it hoodie? No, it's not hoodie. No, I'm going to still say jumpsuit. But the head bit, I'm going to put some clay around, and this will all go in the oven. But what I'll do is I'll put a damp cloth near it, completely cover it in foil, and that way it doesn't melt the rubbery plastic that's the doll. They haven't so far, but it's just a precaution. And try not, if you do that, oh dear, try to remember not to put the damp cloth too close to the polymer clay because it won't cure properly, which is what I found with this one, because I did put it a bit too close. But I just used my heat gun and finished it off, and that was fine. It was the bottom where the pocket, sorry, that I'm going to put on. It was the pocket that didn't quite cure because it was still damp from the cloth being too close. But like I said, heat gun, sorted. I'm just neatening around the edges of her head. I suppose it doesn't really matter if it's he or she. It's cute anyway. I keep turning around to look at it because for some reason, even though it's on the screen that I'm watching to do this voiceover, I still can't remember what it looks like until I turn around. Oh dear. This is one eye, and now I'm going to do the next eye. And although they didn't look very rounded, I do make them a bit better with the polymer clay on top. Although nothing ever is symmetrical, so it doesn't matter completely if it's not. And I do smush it around a bit too hard, so you saw a bit of foil coming through. So now it's baked, and I've finished shaping it. Yeah, I'd lost all track of time and didn't realise that my video had actually stopped recording, so you didn't see me put the rest of the hat on. So now it's time to paint, and I want a nice bright green. I do like this green. It's very Grinch green. But I also add different colours to it as well, just to darken it up or lighten it up depending on whereabouts I wanted the light to hit or the shadows to show. And also the eyes, I do leave them. I don't paint the white bits of the eyes. I leave that to be plain clay because, well, it's already white. I don't need to paint it. It's fine. And this green, I'm quickly running out of this green on this palette, and I'm like, I don't want to find me green out of the drawer again, so I just kept adding water to it and adding a bit of yellow to it and making sure it stretched a bit. Because I've got a drawer full of paints, and it's potluck when I put my hand in there. Some are oils, some are watercolours, some are acrylics, some are just oddments. Like I've said before, I got given a load of paints from years back, and some of them aren't even open. Little tubes, mainly oil ones, I've not opened because I don't know what to do with oils. I really should practice. They do look much more vibrant, but I don't know. It's the whole having to use linseed oil and stuff like that. Whereas acrylics, you just add water to it if you want it thinner. Don't add water to it if you want it as it is. Done. And you can blend however you like without having to put anything in it. I mean, I have got an acrylic something or other. I hate this word, but it's not used for this purpose. It's an acrylic retarder. So that thins out your paint so they last a bit longer. But I don't really need that either. I only do that if I've got something that's going to be needed to be painted over a long time, so I don't waste it. But saying that, using this water thing that's sort of the top of the screen, that's been saving my paints too, so I'm not using half as much. It's great. This Froggy, I don't want him to be too smooth looking, and I also want it to look more textured. So I haven't smoothed her out too much, and I will be painting some little spots on the back and a bit on the front, and putting some highlights in it. And you will see this at the end, stood up with some green cheap polymer clay. That is not a permanent thing, it was just so I could get her to stand up. So if you look down in my description, I have got some discount codes for anyone that wants to use them for Let's Resin or for Beebee Craft. Please take advantage of them, it saves you some money. And if you like this, please subscribe, like, comment. All helps with that silly algorithm. Gets us boosted out there a bit more. And I just want to say thank you to everybody that watches me. I appreciate you all hugely. As of today, I have got 2 hours short of turning on memberships. Now, I did put a poll in my posts, and because I'm doing this the same day I put the post on, I have no idea what the outcome of that is. So I don't even know why I'm mentioning it. And I just want to say thank you for everyone for all your support, because I really do appreciate it. You all rock. And I shall be doing a bit more different colours on here and adding some bits of detail. And I wasn't sure whether to put pink lips on, but then I thought, well, her lips are pink anyway, pinky red, and I didn't want to distract from her actual face. So I wanted her face to show through nicely. I didn't want one to hide the other. Does that make sense? So I want you to see the doll's face, and I also want you to see the frog's face. So I thought if I did pinky lips, it would distract too much from her face. Yeah, I think that's what I'm trying to say. And I've put a little zip just underneath her chin, and you can see that line down the belly. That's where the zip is. And I'm three-toning the greens and yellows and sort of mixing them together. And then I add a bit of black just to darken, so I've got somewhere for shade and just to put some little details in. And some of this I'll just be rubbing off because I don't want it to be too in your face, really. It's basically there to highlight, low light, and not to ruin. Well, I hope it's not to ruin. And I also use it around the bottom area, around the little flap and the pocket, and I use it for the zip. So I didn't want to use black, but I do use a bit of silver on the actual zipper, the pulley, zippy pulley. Oh, good grief, a zippy pulley. Oh la la. And again, just wiping it off. I also want just a little bit of hint of colour on her, because if I do turn her into some sort of froggy fairy, then she should be a bit more green herself, I think. I don't know. I could always wipe it off if it's no good. But just putting in some little accents just to highlight the face a little bit more, and then wipe it off. So now she just looks dirty. And this is where I'm going to put the eyes in, and I do put some life dots in, but I'm going to use silver just to make it nice and shiny. And I will glaze this with a, what is this called? Oh, guess what? It's called a clay glaze. Of course it is. So I was actually right by saying I'm going to glaze this. Whee! I shall leave you to watch the rest of this and see the pictures, and I shall say thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.
black and blue. Happy she dances under moonlit nights, creating beauty, spurring on delight. Her hooves tap softly to the softest bells, crafting wonders in her secret spells. From threads of silver and whispers bright, a tapestry